It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. I know that I'm a little late, but believe me, I was been here and I be straight and I had to take care of a little biz. You know how it go, yo. You know how it is. But everything is gonna be all right. We do this thing and make sure that the game tight and I'm alright. And I hope you are too. And this the Daily Go Get a Missing Show, and I hope you do. Be down with this here, and everything is gonna be okay. You know, right? We cheer for the things we like and make sure that we don't get too hyped to the point where we start to lose our sight of what's right and wrong. And as long as the day is going on and on and on in our favor, we gonna do this thing. We kicking ball with the neighbors. Word. I'm Sun 7-5 and we do this thing at 7 o'clock live. And I know that I was about 15 late, but come on, y'all. Y'all can forgive me. That's great. So what's going on? How y'all feeling? It's the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. All up in your area. I'm your host, Sun 752. And tonight, on this Flashback Friday, thank God it's Friday, we're talking about the most expensive lesson you'll ever learn. The most expensive lesson you ever learned. I mean, I'm sure the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. My bad. The most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. Man, listen, throughout your lifetime, you want to come in contact with a whole lot of situations. And some of those situations you want to be passionate about, and they going to cost you a couple of dollars. Word. And you never forget those expensive lessons. But here's the thing, though. Sometimes the most expensive lessons, or should I say the lessons that cost you the most money, they might be the ones you remember, but they might not be the ones that hurt the most. Sometimes when you lose your trust, sometimes it's expensive. Sometimes the losses that you take are expensive in a way that it didn't cost you that much money, but it cost you something that you could never pay for. Your time, your dignity, and the way you used to be that was taken away from me. Do you understand? Do you underdig? Do you feel me? So let's get it popping, man. Let's get into this thing. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. We do this every single day, every day. Every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It is the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show, all up in your area on this 6th of Leo, 6th of August, all up in your house, all up in the place. Leo season saving the grace. That's word. And tonight we talking about the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. The most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. What could it be? What is it? More than likely, it's etched right there in your memory. And it can be a whole lot of things. There are a whole lot of things that we have spent money on in our lives. Some of those things may have seemed worth it, even though you may feel like you overpaid. Maybe they lasted a long time. Like, for example, you might have bought a car. And you overpaid for the car because your credit was messed up and you didn't know the game, so you didn't know how to go into the dealer and work your magic, baby. But maybe the car lasted you for a long time. You paid for it over 5 years and you wind up paying double what the car was worth. But at least you rode that thing till the wheels came off, literally. So it was an expensive lesson, but it wasn't the most expensive lesson that you've ever had to learn. It was just a lesson that you had to learn because of your ignorance. You just didn't know what time it was. You didn't know the time, baby. You just didn't know that time. Now you're a little bit older, a little bit wiser. You start to count up the cost of the lessons that you have had to learn over the years. And you realize, like, yo, that car was one thing, but that car was all a product of me being in my youth and being wild or whatever and not watching the dollar. There may have been times when you got played out of some money. You know, when you put your trust in somebody, you put your trust in, like, let's say a con man or something like that. and they will get all of your money from you. You're like, damn. Losing a lump sum is one thing, but losing a bunch of money and then ultimately losing the big one, wow. Like they was already piecing off of you a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And then they ultimately, once they finally got your full deck of trust, then they threw the whole cards away. All the cards. Throw the whole deck away, baby. Throw the whole deck away, baby. So what is the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn? What is the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn? Some people would say it was their marriage. Yeah, I got married. And this could be male or female. A lot of times people be talking about a man who married a woman who took him for all his cash, didn't really show no love and all of that. And then he wound up having to pay half in alimony and shit because the divorce just didn't go down the way that the justice system should have taken care of it. But it's not always the man. I've known plenty of women who had to pay alimony, alimony. See, when you get married, the law says that everything is half of yours, half of theirs. They don't care if you brought all of your shit and all the shares. You're going to learn to share. If you don't learn to share in the marriage, during the marriage, you will learn the divorce. Of course, you. And God took out. And what's that shit all about? You just pouting in the background. Ain't sound like a little clown. Plus, you sound like somebody that was never down. Nobody put you onto the game. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I know women. I know a few situations where the woman was making 6 figures and the man was making 5 figures, and when it was time to divorce, even though the man might have been wrong in the marriage, guess what? She was in a better financial position to provide support, and so she had to. She had to. She had to. And it's all good when it's all good, especially in a marriage. In a marriage, it's all good. It's all good when you're taking your vows. It's all good when you're here for the here and now. It's all good when you stand right in front of the pulpit. Well, in front of the preacher. Yo, they can reach you, teach you a couple of lessons that you're bound to learn. And you're going to get yours when it's your turn. But, before I continue on, let me talk about my people that's in the house. In the house rocking with me right now. Stacy Yvette White. What's going on, ma? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming through. Norris, my brother from another Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, Max, and chill. Thanks for coming on through. You know how we do, TK, right? Eyes on you. You know, ooh. My big sis, Robbie Ming is here to do a thing. She queen for a king. And Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. You are who? Yeah, my favorita. Mi favorita, my favorite. Your thanks for coming through. Make sure you save it. And Shirley Shaw, the world's most precious and expensive. I'm sorry. The Shirley Shaw, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Shaw, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, ma? How you feeling? And Keisha Bruton. Rootin too, and Keisha Bruton. What's going on? About good to see me some you and it's good to see me some you and I think that's it for right now. We good? And we good? My nigga, we good? Are we good? All right, we good. All right, we good. So yeah, like I was talking about, the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. Yeah. These life lessons, some of those life lessons will cost you big time dough. And this is often money that you can't recover, money that you can't recoup, money that you can't go back and be like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I still had fun. You know, when you fuck some money up, a lot of times when you're younger, you try to save face by saying, yeah, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah, but it was worth it in the long run because I was getting some ass and I made it last. I said, make it last forever. forever, forever. Don't let our love in. Meanwhile, you wasting all your money buying ass. You was purchasing ass. Not writing checks either. Straight cash. Cash, gas, or ass. That's how I'm living, baby. Cash, gas, or ass. Yo, how you living, yo? Cash, gas, or ass? Tell me what you giving. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about, though. You know. Shout out to all of y'all who understand vividly what I'm talking about. Shout out to all of the people whose heart this is hitting right now. Shout out to all of the people that are looking at their wallet right now or feeling on their pockets like, go get your bank statement like, see, you can buy a present for somebody. You can buy an expensive thing for somebody. And that can be that. Yeah. You know, you bought something for them. They acted like they appreciated it. But in the long run, they really, really just took your kindness and generosity for granted. So you may have bought something that really wasn't the value that you thought it was when you went up in there. Something like a wedding ring, engagement ring. You spend a lot of money on engagement ring. I mean, that's a piece of jewelry that you spend a lot of dough on, and it's supposed to be leading up to marriage. But you know, some men have purchased an engagement ring for their lady and never got married. She took the ring and wasn't giving that shit back. She said, well, you cheated on me, so I ain't got to get a ring back. And your dumb ass went for that shit. Yeah, your dumb ass went for that shit. She said, well, you know, you cheated on me, so I should be able to keep the ring. I'm not giving the ring back. I mean, you should have been like, listen, yeah, I understand. I cheated and all that shit, but you give me that motherfucking ring back. That ring cost $10,000. I ain't cheap worth $10,000. I only paid $25. I paid $40 for the ass. That was brand new young ass. Young internet ass, $40. I only paid $40 for that ass. So that leaves $10,960 left. Give me the fucking ring back, shorty. Give me the ring back. You owe me. Nah, I ain't giving him that fucking ring back. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? All the shit he put me through and all that shit. You ain't get put through nothing, shorty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen. I know it hurts to get cheated on. I know. I get it. But shit, when you go on The Price is Right, or any game show, and you had the potential to step off with $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, and you lose, you ain't get nothing. But they will hook you up with some soap, some shampoo, some motherfucking Jiffy popcorn. You know, you go home with some consolation prizes. Consolation prizes, baby. You know, this is to console you. This is to hold you down. This is proof that you came, you were a good soldier, good sport. You competed, but you ain't win. You ain't win. So here, rock out with this zest. Yeah, we hooking you up. You know what I mean? We giving you 6 months worth of zest. They're our sponsor. You want some Tide? We can get you some Tide. Now you know ain't no soap powder or detergent. Ain't no liquid. You know what do you call it? Laundry detergent. Ain't no laundry detergent better than Tide. We gonna hook you up with some Tide, but yo, get the fuck off the set. You had your chance to compete. You didn't know the answers. You didn't get it. You didn't do the wheel right on Price is Right. You got to go home. On Let's Make a Deal. You picked the wrong door. Yeah, you was dressed like a whale and your girl was dressed like an elephant. Yo, I ain't win. Picked the wrong door. You got a zonk. This ain't the most expensive lesson you ever learned. You ain't win shit. You had the potential to win. Now, I don't know what you paid for that orca outfit, but it was pretty cool. Dressed up like a whale. I speak whale. I lost big or last week. I got a zonk. I knew I should have picked door number 2. Got a zonk, baby. You got a zonk, baby. Now take this consolation prize. You get a, listen, we're going to hook you up. We're going to hook you up after the show. Stay after the show. We got something fly for you. You do? Oh, yeah. They're going to at least give me like a fly-ass blender, like a KitchenAid mixer or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're going to give me a KitchenAid mixer, I bet. Ain't no KitchenAid ever sponsored no TV show. You about to rock out with these Fruit Stripes. Fruit Stripes gum, baby. You know you can't get Fruit Stripes gum nowhere. Yeah, shit. Fruit Stripes gum be tasting good, motherfucker. When you chew it about 10 times, then that shit lose all flavor. But we going to give you some vintage Fruit Stripes gum. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You're such a good sport. We going to throw in a box of Fruit Loops, too. No, but not the new Fruit Loops, not that garbage. Vintage Fruit Loops. We've been keeping these in the vault since 1976. Toucan Sam, baby. Toucan Sam. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said to Emily. So, the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. Secret chez toi. What's going on, Ma? How you feel? Listen, don't come in. Yeah, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. TK writes off some. I can't. Yes, you can. We good. You know what I mean? You paid for them fly ass orca. You had a whole blue whale uniform. I'm about to win door number 1 with the car. Shit. Oh shit! I knew I should have stayed with door number 1. You got a zonk. Get your ass back in your seat, yo. You got a zonk, you lost, baby. But you sure was a good contestant. Sure was. Chapson. Chamin, baby. Chapson. All right. Let's get it popping, y'all. So listen, y'all want to call into the show? If y'all want to talk about the most expensive lessons that you've had to learn, I invite y'all to call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. Man, fuck it. Fuck it. We gonna get musical tonight. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Yo, let's do it, man. It's been a while, man. You know what I'm saying? We get musical in a while, say. Hey, let's go, say. Hey, y'all. Yeah. Tell that shit I say. I need y'all to share that show. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all hit the like button, the share button. I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. But right now, hit the like button. I said, hit that like button, share that like button, 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 share. Make sure that it get there, yeah. I need y'all to hit that like button, man. I need y'all to share the show. Share the show. Act like you know, man. Stop keeping the show all to yourself. This ain't all your show. I mean, it kind of is, but don't do me like that. I need y'all to hit the share button. Hit it. Mash it, smash it. Yo, push it. Hit it. Yo. Hit that share button, share that share button, hit that share button, find that share button, find that share button, hit that share button, share that share button, find that share button, share. Make sure that it gets there, yeah. Stop fronting on me, son. I need them numbers to go up, and make sure you hit that like button. Stop fronting on the like button. You ain't subscribed to the channel yet? Oh, you said. Yo, it don't cost you nothing to hit the like button. Stop fronting on me. I ain't trying, get all personal and all that. But you came through, you digging the information, even if you just coming through the front. Yeah, show your love. Make sure that you do it from the skies above. And we be down, I come around and I ain't trying to get this and fronted on like a clown. I am Sun 752, you know how I do. And I make sure that when you come through, we gon' wanna have a good time. Bust a couple of rhymes and make sure that we just shine like the sun in the sky. I get by, I never get high, not no more, but I'm still down more for you and the rest of the crew. You know exactly just how we do. And I spit this shit right out of my dome, and I make sure I hit it like a batter going home. And I'm hitting a home run knife, bottom of the knife, and do this shit because I get really hyped. Hey, it's time for us to rock, baby. Yo, act like you get the money out your sock and spend a little bit, but this don't cost you nothing. So why is you not pushing the like button in front? Yo, come on, do that stuff. Yo, life ain't really that tough. It's Friday evening if you're not at work, and even if you are, you still laugh to get the stomach hurt. All right, son. Y'all with me now? I mean, what's good? What's good? I mean, are we sharing the show? Are we liking the show? Are we subscribing to the channel? Well, I hope so. Queen Matu Maini. Queen Monica is all up in the house. What's going on, Ma? It's good to see me some of you. All right, let's get it popping, y'all. All right, what we talking about? The most expensive lesson that you've had to learn. The most expensive lessons that you've had to learn. Let's see. Shirley Cheryl says, out of the many lessons that I should have learned, trusting people is the one lesson I can't seem to learn well. And your trust will take you places that you never really thought that you would go before, and it can get really, 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 really bad. So because when you trust somebody, you leave them with the key, with the keys to the crib, the car, the combination to the safe, all of that. And you feel good about doing it. Other people may try to talk you out of it, and you ain't trying to hear that shit. This is love. You understand? We crew, we family. They would never do me like that. They wouldn't front on me. What you talking about? It ain't even like that. You just mad because you don't have that in your life. These are the kind of things that we say when we really put our trust in somebody, and we can wind up losing the shirt on our back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it gets bad when you put your trust in somebody that is so grimy that they will even leave you and your kids ass out. You got paid off a case. 100 stacks long. 100 stacks long. Even after the lawyer was paid, you came off with 100 stacks. First thing you did was run out, buy a car, put a little money on a house. You know what I'm saying? You went out and bought all this furniture, fly-ass gear. Call yourself getting a financial planner, putting some money away or whatever. You ain't follow none of that shit. You fucked up that 100 stacks fast as shit. But you gave away a lot of it. Out of 100 stacks. You might have gave away 30. And then when your ass done ran out of all the money, done fucked up your job, you quit your job because you had 100 stacks. You're like, man, I don't need this fucking job. I'm about to start my own business. Never really panned out. Now you gave away 30 stacks. A lot of it straight in cash. Here, 5,000 for you, 10,000 for you. I'm invest 15,000 over here. Another 5,000, boom, 30. And then when you dead pop and you don't have shit, and everybody else is still on their feet, and you want back some of the money that you gave out, lent out, looked out with, and they're like, oh man, I ain't got it. You calling for your money live from the bus stop and from the subway. They rolling by. 2019 Honda Civic. How you buy 2019 Honda Civic, but I can't get back none of the money? Or I can't even sleep on your couch? I bought the couch. You got a couch bed. You got the couch bed. I bought the couch bed. I can't sleep on the couch bed. Oh man, I'm fucked up right now. You know what I mean? I already got 6 people at the crib. It's a 2-bedroom. I would hook you up though, because you really do deserve it. You looked out. Might have been the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn thus far. This cha-cha-cha with this Mardi Gras, that's the most expensive lesson that you've learned so far, and it does get better. All right. Okay, hold on. I see that we have a call on the line. I'm going to get with you just a few minutes. In just a minute. I just want to read a couple of these comments, and then I got you. North says, a person in recovery sold me a lemon of a car. I wish relapse on him. I ain't mad at you for that. But if that's the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn, you did all right, my brother. Because a used car from a dope fiend. What are you getting? What you about 500? A G, two stacks. You might have turned out. You might have been all right. Cheryl says, I was playing Mortal Kombat with coworkers. I got comfortable and put my wallet down, and it was gone when I finished. No one saw it. Come on, Mom. What you talking about? Yo, fuck that. We gonna go get them. Where them niggas? Yo, we know where they work at, right? All right. Y'all co-workers, all right. Y'all want to steal lunches out the refrigerator? You know what I mean? You know how you get the good lunch, you put it in the refrigerator, somebody go and steal your lunch. Yo, you stealing food? You at the job stealing food? Is somebody here working on gratuity? Somebody here working for free? What we doing? Gratis. ¿Quién es trabajando para gratis? ¿Quién es trabajando para gratis? Nadie. That's who. Nadie. Motherfuckers. Carol Chamberlain says, to be so trusting, quick to help others financially or otherwise. Keisha Bruton says, biggest lesson for me, to be careful who you have children with. Oh. Baby daddy drama. Baby mama drama. It can be expensive. I know a lot of cats, a lot of dudes are running around here paying child support. Listen. Every man should financially provide for their child or their children. But they shouldn't be out here paying Khalees and Nas prices. Khalees was trying to get 50 stacks a month. Didn't somebody else get 50 stacks a month? One of Puff Daddy, what was it? Dr. Dre? Somebody was out here, man. Somebody was making somebody pretty wealthy month to month. It says child or spousal support is a head knocker. Woo! How about a Wheaties box with Bruce Jenner on it? Who knew that he was a transgender woman at the time? Who knew? We talking about something. I'm gonna run up in her like Bruce Jenner. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You don't want to do that. You will be in her. You will get entered like Bruce Jenner. You will be entered like Bruce Jenner. No. Slow down, son. Slow down. No, it says, don't remind me of God bless the child that got it so. Says about the car, he got me for $1,500. Okay. I think you're gonna live through that, my brother. You from Ohio. It's kind of expensive out there. So I know you all right. You all right. A Mitsubishi 93 Mitsubishi Eclipse back in 05. Okay. YOLO Yukio. YOLO Yukio. As the die-off nears, things will accelerate. Well, how about that? Well, we'll just have to find out. We'll have to wait and find out if that's a good thing or a bad thing now, won't we? TK Wright says, I knew he always looked feminine in the face and mannerisms. Woo! I don't think I cared enough about Bruce Jenner. I wasn't paying attention. But I'm sure if I would have noticed, I'd have been like, yo, my man over there is Cottonelle. He's Charmin-like. All right, we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last number 7019. Welcome to the Daily Go Get a Business Show. Thank you for holding. I appreciate it. What's on your mind this evening? Talk to me.
Good evening. Originally I called in because I wanted to tell you did your thing on that rap today.
Thank you. Appreciate that shit.
You was really rhyming today. I was shocked.
Okay.
And pleased.
That's what's up.
But since you took so long, answering the phone, that was a long time ago now. I'm over it.
It's back in the day.
Yeah.
Yesterday's
It's
show.
in the past.
Mm-hmm. You can still bring it up though. But have you had to learn some expensive lessons in your life? Have you taken big L's at any time in your life? Have you?
Yeah. One that I wish I could undo, but unfortunately you can't. But the one really expensive lesson that I had to learn, without being too specific, but it really cost me, I guess, smeared my reputation, as well as it almost cost me my career.
Okay.
And my freedom.
Oh.
So it was a very, very hard and valuable lesson about learning who to trust and who not to trust. And everybody who appears to be close to you, whether it's a family member or somebody you've known a long time, you can't always trust people with things that are really close and personal to you. So that was a hard lesson to learn. And I'm a private person anyway, so, my circle is really small in terms of who I allow in my personal space and with my personal information and limited information. So it was somebody who was very, very close to me that betrayed me, and because of it, like it made me look at that person altogether differently, and to the point where I really, if I never saw their face again, it wouldn't be too soon.
Wow.
But it was a hard lesson.
Yeah, I understand. I underdig. And that's when you lose money, and like you were saying, your reputation or damage your reputation to the point where you have to straighten out. You have to straighten out the real story, you know, from people's perceptions or whatever rumors were going around. And then on top of that, you've kind of lost a friend, you know, because y'all was cool like that. You know, you did believe in them at one time, whether or not you should have, but you did. And then you can take multiple losses that either feel like they all were rolled up into one big one, or they just little small ones that keep jabbing at you. Like you ever been jogging to a bunch of gnats?
Not exactly.
Yeah, well, anybody who has jogged or bike rode and you drive into a bunch of or walk or ride whatever into a bunch of gnats.
I walked into a bunch of gnats.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. You under attack.
Okay.
They don't really bite, but they irritate the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like one of them things. Like, I should have took another route. That's all you thinking. I should have took another route instead of going right into these gnats. I should have went another way, but it's too late. It's too late. You already been traumatized. Yeah. So yeah, people can take a lot from you. So yeah, I mean, what you're saying goes right into the premise of what we're talking about tonight. When we start talking about the most expensive lesson that you've had to learn, you can lose more than money, because the real expensive part comes when you lose something that you cannot buy back, something that you cannot recover financially. Money, you can get money back. You can get money back no matter what the amount is. You can get it back if you really mean to get it back. You know, I mean, sometimes it's a lot harder when you didn't work for the money in the first place. Like, let's say you won the money, lottery ticket. I hit it big, 150 stacks. Like I was paid. You know, it'd be hard to make that back. But you can get money back, or at least get back on your feet to the point where you can learn never to make those types of mistakes again. But when you lose a part of your soul, you lose a part of your spirit, you lose that person that everybody used to know, and the person that everybody misses when they start talking like, yo, before this, that, and the third happened, they used to be like this. I miss that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can tell that they took out a big chunk of your sunny, bubbly, or really personable personality that used to be so attractive to everybody. That's an expensive lesson. It really is. When you just aren't the way that you used to be anymore. Before you were trusting, before you were giving, before you were kind, before you were just really, really altruistic, and now you're really suspicious of people, and you're apprehensive, and you don't really want to hang out, and you don't trust anybody, and you're very guarded, and you transfer that energy over to the other people that you still have left, like your children or other loved ones.
Right. I think one of the hardest things is, after you experience devastation like that, you start to question, what part of it was real and what part of it wasn't, right? So, I tend to be the type of person who takes people at face value for, who they show me is who I believe you are until you show me differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you go years and years and years and you don't really see that part of someone, and then it seems like all of a sudden you get smacked in the face with, a brick, and you're like, wait a minute, like, when did that happen? Like, what did I miss? And then you start questioning other people's motives who are in your life after the fact, because you don't want to repeat that same experience again. So
that apprehensiveness, that hesitance that you now feel, it wasn't there before. Before, you was wild and free. Now a lot of it can come from your wilderness in your youth. Sometimes when you're young, you believe that you're gonna live forever. You're young, you're virile, fly, healthy, all of that kind of stuff. And really, when you are in your 20s and sometimes your 30s or whatever, you can easily get back anything that you lose. You know what I mean? But you get a little older, and the stakes get a little bit higher. Maybe you have more children than you had before, or maybe you now have children didn't have them before. So you don't have to worry about nothing. You could couch surf until you got back on your feet, and you might have been a go-getter hustler, and you easily got back on your feet. Now it's a little bit tougher because there are other mouths to be responsible for the feeding and things like, and there are other people involved. Even when you have children, you don't just have children. Sometimes people be writing out the wishes and the appearance and the involvement of the other parent. If you are a really responsible parent, you take the feelings, the actions, and the involvement of the other parent into consideration with the things that you do. So that may stop you from making moves that you really need to make. For example, let's say you ready to pick up, you got this really great opportunity to move out to Arizona. And but that moving to Arizona would take your kids away from their friends that they have established friendships with, and also from their parents, because they ain't moving out there. The other parent ain't moving out there. And in your heart of hearts, if I remove my child from their father or from their mother, they're not going to see them but maybe once a year, if that. Because I know how they are. They ain't coming out here. And I can't be running back to Philly or wherever I come from, all the time. So, a forward-thinking and a compassionate, responsible parent will take that into consideration. Like, so
yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, so you start counting up the cost of the money that you're losing by not being able to make a move. So here you might have been making 5 figures. Let's say you was making $75,000. Out there, they might have been talking about, look, we give you 125 from the gate with bonuses and incentives. Come out here. And you like, can I work out there remotely? I'll turn up the heat real high in the crib so I can pretend that it's Arizona. You know what I mean? So yeah, there are different ways for things to cost you a lot of money. But let's talk about a situation where it really is money. Have you ever made a really big purchase that did not pan out?
Yeah. But luckily, I was able to get out. I purchased a house, and after maybe a year or so, I realized it was a bad purchase. Even after inspections and all of that, it was just a bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted out of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I started to discover there were some things going on in the area, because it was right next to a park and a water area. So, that area, for years, there was rumors that it was sinking. And so when I found out this information, I started to panic. And there was some indications inside the home, like, inspectors were telling me that it was just the home settling, and because this property sat on the corner lot, I was like, okay, and to me, it was like, it was leaning in my mind. And all I could picture was one day this house was going to fall and me and everything in it was going to be in the rummage. So I wanted out. I didn't care what nobody said, what they were trying to convince me of. I wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
So I complained and complained and complained and complained. And I finally was able to reverse the deals and they brought the property back for me because I went to every city. I was going to everybody who would listen to me.
Mhm.
And I wanted out.
I could dig it.
So I
Especially you talking about a house, you're talking
Yeah.
about a 30-year mortgage in a lot of cases.
well, actually, in that case, it was only a 15-year mortgage, but still.
Yeah, we talking about a 30-year commitment and shit. Times, divided by 2. Same shit. Shit is rad. That shit is rad. You know what I mean? But I mean, seriously though, 15 years, 30 years, whatever, that's a long time. It's a long time to be paying for something that's not panning out. Like, you buy a car and you crash the car up, you let the insurance lapse. You still got that note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You gotta hurry up and run out and buy another car before that shit get on your credit report. So you gotta get out of your hospital bed. Like, yo, I gotta get down to the dealership and get this other ride before shit hit the fan. Son. I gotta go get right while my finance rate is still yo. Bandage me the fuck up real quick. Bandage me up real quick and wheel me down to the dealership. I gotta go down to FC Kerbeck.
Wasn't no Uber and Lyft back then, right?
I gotta go down to FC Kerbeck. Yeah, give me the caddy. Give me the fucking caddy. So you might as well get the caddy now, because you ain't going, your credit gonna be fucked up for a minute. soon as you default on these payments, but like, yeah, well, y'all want to come? Listen, hold on. Listen, and this is real shit. I have known people who smashed up their new car. They let the insurance lapse, and they still wouldn't let the bank come repossess it. Like, no. No, you can't come get it.
They
No.
wanted to keep the smashed up.
They still hid that shit in somebody's garage or somebody's car lot or whatever. Like, no, I'm going to get this shit fixed. Like, this was a near fatal accident. You can't fix that. Man, all we need is a new front end, a new engine, a roof. I mean, everything in the car is still good. Look at these seats.
Mm-hmm.
The windows still work. And they did. How the car all fucked up, airbags out, but the windows.
I don't know what kind of people you.
Yo, they would not get that car back. They would. One thing is for sure, the person was not me. So
okay.
it wasn't. It wasn't me this time. Anyway, the bottom line is those expensive lessons you would think would be the ones that stick the most, but they're not always the ones that stick the most. Some lessons are expensive in other ways that people can't even understand or recognize the way that they have affected you. So, like I said, you can learn a lesson that may have been expensive, really, really expensive to your soul, to your heart, to your psyche, your emotional or mental well-being. Shit really, really fucked you up bad, real bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough thing.
Do you have an example of?
Do I have an example of
an experience that would mess you up mentally?
Mental?
You have a story about that?
Well, yeah. Like we've talked about it on other shows. I have a couple. I'll share. Like you trusted somebody that you used to smoke weed with. They gave you a blunt that they rolled, and it had some shit in it that wasn't weed. It was stronger than weed. So I've seen people never recover from that. That's an expensive lesson. You know what I mean? So you went from a person that had a lot of promise that was cool, and now you fucked up. You damn near one of those cats that could easily wind up being homeless because you were smoking with the wrong people. That's an expensive lesson, and that really is expensive money wise, because you know the money that it's going to take for your psychological counseling and the medication and all of that shit, SSI checks, all of that is expensive. It not only costs you, it costs the people around you. If you had children, you know what I mean? All you was trying to do is get a little high, get a little lifted, you know, smooth yourself out. And somebody fucking, you know, was playing a joke on you, maybe, or maybe they did it on purpose, whatever the case may be, they fucked you up. That's an expensive lesson. I've seen people come back from that, but it took them a long time to get back. And that was, I don't know how much money they could have learned or how much money that they spent trying to get back to the way that people remember them from before. That's an expensive lesson. It was crazy. It really was.
That made me think about you know, people who after the whole crack era, you know, they get in their 30s or the next generation get hooked on crack, and it's like you've seen the devastation it caused, you know, when it was at the height of that era, and somehow you slip up and get hooked on crack. It's amazing to me. And then now you ruin your life and everybody, you know, your children's life, and a lot of people close to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, what about the people who smoked crack for years, was all out there for years, and then they go and get clean, and then they find out they got HIV or some other terminal illness? You know what I'm saying? Like, after I get clean, this is what I get?
Right.
I bet I would have tested negative if I was still dirty.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Yo, some real shit. Yeah, man, they was healthy. They was healthy as a crackhead when they was getting high. As soon as they went in rehab and gained 30 pounds and started looking good and shit, now they sick as a dog. Die of a heart attack.
Right.
I don't know no crackheads that died of heart attacks, but I sure know ex-crackheads that did.
Yeah, it does seem like being addicted to crack sort of puts any ailments that you may or may not have, or it almost puts it to sleep. And as soon as as soon as they get clean, all of a sudden they have all types of ailments, diabetes, you know, heart problems. But they live years and years out on the street.
Like it wasn't nothing.
Making it every day.
Like it wasn't nothing. It's not fair. But yeah, you know, something like that have you questioning whether you should get clean or not. That could easily make a person relapse. Shit.
Yeah.
And crackheads make a lot of money. It ain't easy raising $200 to $300 a day and you don't have no job. That's a lot of stealing and dick sucking and fucking. That's think about if you could get that. Think about if you could have that kind of motivational energy, you know, without being on crack. Like, damn, this motherfucker don't sleep.
Yeah. I did have a family member who had a serious drinking problem, and for years, since she was maybe like in her teens, and it was like once she became, I want to say in her 30s, she found out that she had cancer. And then it was like, from there, she just decided, well, if I'm going to die, I might as well just continue to enjoy my life and drink. So, and that's exactly what she did. She continued to drink, would not stop, couldn't get any treatment for the cancer because you have to clean yourself up and rid yourself of the alcohol before you can go in the hospital and get treated. And she just refused. So that was pretty much that.
Wow.
And she wound up dying from cirrhosis of the liver. The cancer didn't even kill her. It was the cirrhosis of the liver.
Yeah, that alcohol probably stopped the cancer. Like cancer was like, I can't fuck with this shit. It's she too pickled for me to kill her. It blocked the cancer, but the cirrhosis was like, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It really is sad. And these stories are happening somewhere in the world right now. The most expensive lesson that you've ever had to learn. Yeah, we can make purchases, houses, cars, jewelry, toys, things that make us feel validated in the eyes of other people who look at us as having money or being up or whatever you want to call it. But the most expensive lessons come from when we have lost a piece of ourselves that may get in the way of us being able to make any money or being able to make any real moves. It's tough. The most expensive lesson that you have had to learn. I hear people who break up with people or who get divorced all the time talking about some she took me to the cleaners or she cleaned me out or you know what I mean? All she cared about is money. She a gold digger. He wasn't nothing but a con man. He was nothing but a bump, whatever the case may be. And that's a tough position to be in. And when you hear the person complain about it, you think to yourself, like, you may have known people who got taken to the cleaners way worse than they did, but from their perspective, it was a terrible thing. And I've always wondered if they're really concerned about the money that they lost, or is it that they lost the money compounded with the love that they had for that person, or the feelings, or the enthusiasm and the hope that they had for a life with that person. That all went up in smoke. And the money just made it seem like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? It was when it comes to money, I know about loss. My dad just passing recently. In 2007, we sold our business out. And we got to, now, I'll tell everybody about it now because he's gone, but we sold everything for $1.5 million, $1,500,000, which was really pennies compared to what it was worth, because it was like 100 properties. So, you know what I mean? Like $1.5 million, it was like, if we would have just sold it 7 years before then, we'd have been set. You know what I'm saying? We'd probably been in a much better position. We could at least double that, at least. So anyway, we got a $750,000 payout, and it was supposed to be $5,000 a month over until the rest of the money was paid out. We got the 7.5, and I really question if we even got the 7.5, because I got a feeling that we might have only got like a 5, whatever. I got a funny feeling about it, but we were supposed to have gotten 750,000. So, for all intents and purposes, we was paid because it was cash. You know what I'm saying? But we never saw a payment. We never saw a payment after that. So, never even got one payment of $5,000 a month. Never one payment. That now you got to think that would have been $60,000 a year. So for for a couple of seniors, my dad and my stepmom, that would have kept them right for a good minute. You understand what I mean?
Right.
We never even got one payment. So the dude, he bought the properties, but at the time it was 2007, and the city was changing the guidelines of what the qualifications were in order to rent out properties. So they thought we sold out because we didn't know what we were doing, but we had managed properties for decades. Anyway, they took over the properties and they couldn't get they couldn't get any rental licenses. So you can't get any rental licenses, you can't collect any rent. You think tenants don't know that? They do. So nobody was paying any rent. So they wasn't making any money. So that might explain how come we never got a payment. However, that wouldn't explain, like, you mean to tell me you paid out $750,000, you didn't have you didn't have even a money for one payment? You know, so the reason that this was so expensive, well, the reason why this was such an expensive lesson is because not only did we lose the properties that we had and never got the full worth of it, but me, my brothers and sisters all lost our birthright. I would easily, when I say that, when I would have said in the year 2000 that I would never work for the man ever again, I meant that shit. I meant it. I meant it in 2000. I meant it all through the 90s. I meant it in 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then the bottom fell out in 2007. And it was like, and I still was like, I ain't working for the man. Like, I got this chunk of money and I'm gonna rock out and everything gonna be all right. I got a plan. I go to work tomorrow. There won't be an Urban Therapy with Son show tomorrow. I gotta go to work, and it ain't my own business. But it's so. But that was an expensive lesson to learn. You know what I mean? And that didn't have nothing to do with getting high or drinking or a woman or a marriage, children. None of that. It didn't have nothing to do with gambling or none of that. I mean, it was a gamble, but it was supposed to be a sure shot. Oh, FYI, he did catch up with the dude. Years later, he sued him, and he got a judgment against the guy, but the guy's in jail. He don't have no money. But if he ever strikes it rich,
one day, if he ever can,
he owes my dad's estate. You know what I'm saying? And the McIntyres will back be tall in the saddle again. You won again, Dad. Okay, we have another caller on the line. I'm going to take the caller now. Caller with the last number is 8125. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Daily Go-Getimism Show. What's on your mind this evening?
Sure, no problem, Go-Getimism.
All right.
Sorry to hear about what happened to you and your family. That's a ripoff. That's the reason why people have in contracts that if a person doesn't pay, there's a penalty for that. And there should be a penalty for everything that in a contract that isn't lived up to. Yeah, that's an expensive lesson to learn. I don't have one of that caliber, but I do. When I was listening to it came back to me about what happened. Are you in the mood to listen? Because mine doesn't match yours at all.
You don't have to match mine. You just have to bring your own passion. You got it. I'm in the mood.
Okay. Many years ago, I was working for a company as a salesman. We had a particular contract dealing with our commission. It was good. It was a draw, actually. Then all of a sudden, they decided to change the contract and tell us it was in our benefit to sign a new one. And don't worry about a draw. If you didn't match the draw, that meant that you owed the company some money. So we signed a new contract, and then a few months later, the company was going down, hitting bottom. And now me and the other salesman, now we're with a tab that we have to owe them the money that they told us wouldn't have to be a problem. So it cost me $900 in order to pay off a bunch of people who lied to me. And from that time on, I always checked out whatever kind of commission structure that I would have, how they would deem to change it, and if I had any input, etc. So, but $900 is $900, especially when somebody's telling you to your face, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it is. $900 doesn't sound like a lot of money to some people, but if you lose $900 right out of your pocket, I don't know too many people who can do that and feel good about it.
That's right. And especially if people are lying to you, and especially, like I said, the company went belly up, and now we're unemployed, okay? And they're coming after us for the money that they said we didn't have to worry about when we first got. I was at the job for about 2 years and didn't have a problem. Then they decided to switch, told us that the commission structure was in our best interest, and we believed them because we were young at the time, in our 20s, and that's a lesson that I learned, and hopefully the other guys learned too. Yeah, $900 dropping out of your pocket. Yeah, that's a piece of change.
It is. It is. Because more than likely, if you lost 900, you may not have only had but about maybe 1,000. You lost 90% of it. You know, straight cash? Nah, I ain't trying to lose that straight cash. Nah, that's like a nice little tax rebate. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah. You know what
I know, and you were talking about guys and girls, especially guys who have to pay alimony, when they get divorced. Now that's hurtful. And you also said it was compounded by the fact that the love of their life or the love, anyway, of the marriage has gone up in smoke. So you're getting hit with 2 daggers, one through the heart and one through the pocketbook. And still, even if you don't even love the bitch anymore, you still got to pay alimony.
You do. That's an expensive lesson.
And it's expensive.
And you will not forget that lesson. I don't even love her. Judge, why should I have to pay somebody I don't even love? Did you love her when you married her?
You know what? I'm going to disagree with one thing, though. You said that's an expensive lesson, and they won't, you imply they won't do it again. People are doing it all the time. They get married, second time, third time, keep on paying out alimony after alimony. You would, especially like rich people. When I hear about these people in Hollywood who marry for the second or third time, I got to think they're stuck on stupid.
Well, I said that it's a lesson you won't forget. A lot of people marry the same people over and over again, but they don't recognize the person that they're marrying. It's something inside of them that sees that is attracted to the same type of person over and over and over again. So until they recognize that that's not good for them, or until they change something that's going on inside of them, they're going to keep running into that place of that person because they haven't learned that lesson. They've received the lesson,
right,
but they didn't learn the lesson. They didn't study,
Yeah. Right.
So
that's similar to the saying I said to somebody years ago. When I was going to some clubs, and he was asking me how's it going. I said, look, I'm just meeting the same girl, only in different skirts.
There you go. That's real shit.
You said, yeah.
That's real shit. And until you learn that lesson, it'll happen again and again and again and again and again. You'll just keep tripping over yourself and thinking that this is just the way life is. No, it's not the way life is. You have a mental block to learning what you need to learn. And so until you get it right, it's going to remain wrong and you're going to feel some kind of way about it. But you won't be the only one, but it sure will feel like it, So
why do you think men and women outside of let's say the real neurotic tendency to marry the same type of man or woman? Let's say it's just the average guy. He loves the idea of marriage. He loves women. He treats them right, but he gets sucked in to a woman that everybody thinks is really a great woman, but he's married her, divorced her, and then maybe another one comes along, same thing. What do you think that might be? Do you think it might be conditioning of men as being gentlemen? Or what do you think? What's your idea on that?
Well, the way that you've been raised and the way that you've been taught to look at a woman or value relationships can come into it. It could be your peer group, your influences, the people that you hang around or have been around. It may be your idea of what success is and what failure is. You know, some people think that like, for example, if all the couples that you have grown up around used to argue, fuss, and fight, and sometimes even get physical with each other, you think that that's just the way people are. No big deal, you know. And especially if you don't see any couples breaking up over that or being sued or going to jail over that, you think like, well, you know, yeah, a man and a woman sometimes they mix it up with each other. It's sort of like Monday Night Raw or Thursday Night SmackDown. You know, it's no big deal. You know, just don't get too physical. Right. Don't break anything, but you know, just put her or him in their place every now and then. So when you accept that that's the way it is because of the small circle that you have been influenced by your whole life, you may come to accept that. You don't see anything wrong with it. Now, here it is, a big world out here. Yeah. You move to a different place and nobody plays by those rules. So you're going to have a problem on your hands. Now here the boys in blue coming, you know, to take you away in handcuffs, and you're wondering why. Like where I come from, nobody gets locked up over this. So yeah, sometimes you have to be taken up out of your element in order for you to see the forest for the trees or to recognize the differences in culture, you know. But yeah,
90 seconds
until something like that happens.
Well, that's the next place, right?
Yeah, until something like that happens, you'll accept it as normal, and you'll just keep going. You won't even be looking for anything different. You'll just be looking for that same thing to happen time and time again. So you'll accept that as like your good days and your bad days. Like, nah, no big deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I see it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Appreciate it,
man. So you're gonna go to work tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, I'll be back on the grind tomorrow morning. So no show tomorrow morning, but we'll be back on Sunday. It's all good. All right. But yeah,
take care now. Okay?
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
All right. Appreciate both of you. We're about to do these birthday shout outs, and we're gonna rock out from there. Appreciate y'all coming on through. It was you can bet your last money is a stone gas, honey. All right, let's go ahead and do these birthday shout outs. Some people were born on this glorious August 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get. Number one out the box, LaShawn Sugar Hips Smith. That's right, LaShawn Sugar Hips Smith. That's her name. Turning 45 years old today. Go ahead, LaShawn Sugar Hips Smith. And also Moreno Vanessa. Happy birthday to you. And Stephanie Jean-Louis turning 29 years old today. And David Tarawale turning 30 years old. David's Tarawale. But it's a girl. Okay. And Olu Yemisi turning 35 years old today. And Janiyah Fields turning 34 years old today. And DJ Ubi Bye Fam Buchala turning 26 years old today. And Thomas Felder, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my girl from Franklin Learning Center, FLC, all the way back to the 1985, 1986. He graduated 87. I graduated the next year. Darnella Nash. Darnella on that DMX. Turning 52 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Ma. Thanks for being a go-getter. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious August 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on into the damn, the rock out, rock on into the damn, rock out, rock on into the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. Yo, the most expensive lesson that you ever had to learn, but it stuck, and now you feel like you're but everything will be all right. Still working on your personality tonight, and everything is going to work out right in your favor. Whether you got to get it from your friends, family, or neighbors, but you are the one. So don't spend your whole life not having fun. Just know that it's going to drop for you, and you going to get yours because it was meant for you, and yours too, because you were spread out, and you going to be all right before you head out. And when you come back, you bring back the change in the pot at the end of the rainbow. You know it's all about you and your crew. You do what you got to do. You will come through, and everything's going to be okay because it's another show on Sunday. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love you right back to life. Peace to all my go-getters and my urban Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I appreciate y'all. So, like I said, there will not be a show tomorrow, but there will be a show on Sunday. So we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back on Sunday. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. So I'ma holler at you. I'ma holler at you. We gotta get up out of here. I gotta get to bed. I holler. This show that I be broadcasting from. So holler back at y'all. And for my Instagrammers, Five Slammer,
thank you for using Blog Talk Radio
and spit my grammar. Okay. And for my YouTubers, y'all know just how we doobers. Y'all have been great once again. Come through on Sunday, and I'll see you then, my friends. Peace.